Final part, we will code the submit function, the compilation backend, input handler, and we'll finish our FullStack application. Welcome to Easy Tools channel. Today we will finish our amazing project. So without waiting, start building the rest of the application. So we will activate the virtual environment. So first activate virtual environment. Open the project. So I won't close it, I will just make it like that. So you see, you have go to the front end, right? So we are in the front end, and go to the app.js, the component home.js. So what we will do right now, we will make a function to handle the submit form, you see here. So first of all, if you have remarked, I've got two variables here I don't use. So go here, the state in is the input. So go to the input and create the onChange, right? OnChange, we get the modification here. Set this a.target.value, right? And after look for text area here, also onChange, right? And set code, you see, .target .value, save. So for the submit, we will handle the submit form with the function we will create, you see. So go to the form here, so on submit, handle submit, and we will create a function called handle submit. Just here, const handle submit, right, equals, this will be an asynchronous function because we will interact with the backend. So it's in this function where we will send data to the backend. So this function will be asynchronous. So event.prevent default, yeah, and we initialize a variable data that will take all our data information like code, you see, and the input, right? The input value, and also the language. You will understand later why I use language and not use Python directly. Language, yeah. And this take the select. If you remember, the select is handled by the handle change of this, you see. So let's continue. After that, we will await a fetch from the backend. So I put here just for you to see, and to not make a mistake, I will create another, I will call it API endpoint. API endpoint, and this will be the server address. So I call it server address. If you want, I will be more specific, so let's do it like that. We are building at a local, so local host. For the power, I think the last time we built our backend that was in the 5000. So the endpoint will be called API data. Later we will create this route in the backend. So I had here later, right? Later create it in the backend. Very beautiful, easy. So this now will make a fetch. Fetch allow you to interact this to use the API. So API endpoint here, and we will make the option. First of all, the method we will use to send the data will be a post method. You see, beautiful. And the headers we will use here, simply that will be right the content type, application JSON. Oh, good. And the body, because we will send the data, this data, in the backend. So the body will be stringified, right? I think yes, data here. So I think we almost finish this, and we will handle the promise part. So the response we will get from the backend. So we will get the response, convert to the JSON, you see, and we will exploit to see if our backend are running very well. So the next part will be the data. And we will make a console.log data, just to see. If you want, you can call it response again. I just calling data because I want to. And we will catch some errors, potential error. See, catch potential errors, catch, see, error, boom, and we will display error sending data through API simply, and we will display the error used and save it. I like it like that. So I think for the front end we are finished. So we will go to the backend part. So create a new terminal. Just, you see, I had it here. Front end first, backend here. So go to front to backend. Okay, easy. And in the backend, if you remember, we have, first of all, we can start by running the server just to see if everything is fine. Waiting a little bit. You see, everything is fine and it's running at this route. if we go there, follow the link, hello world. So the backend for the moment is good. So we will handle the route we make here, this API data. So go to the main.py, you just copy that and paste, and you see for the route that will be API data like we do, and the method we use is the post method, right? So post here, and we will name it process data. Good. So and we will receive the data. So to get the data you receive from the front end, we call this object the request dot get. So you don't see what is the request. Where does it come from? It comes from Flask. Just Flask, see, and get JSON. So we get the data here. To be sure, what we will just print the data for the moment. We print the data. So print data coming from the front end. Data. And we will return nothing for the moment. Return processing data, and go to the front, run the front, the back here and the front here. So just take it and go for this, use that, send, and see what we get in the backend. If you come to the front, you can inspect the page. Go to console. Okay, we got some errors, and we will handle. This is the error, common error you get when you build a full stack application. This is called the course policy error. And how to handle the course policy, you can do it in 2 lines, just 2 lines. You just come here and say from Flask course import course, and you make here course app, save, and we will try again, sending the data, and you see we get the response, but it says processing data is not a valid JSON.